Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. Tony, thieves stole French crown jewels from the Louvre.
Tony Kornheiser, crazy. Do they have any suspects?
What do they do now?
Huh?
You got here pretty quickly. What kind of aircraft are you on?
Looks pretty good, these jewels. Looks good on you, Wang. As Rodney Dangerfield once said, I don't know.
Been to the Louvre 2-3 times.
I've been.
Over under 3 over under on you to the Louvre.
Do you under, not 3, 2? Do you believe that they wouldn't have armed guards at the Louvre?
No.
You believe that?
No, and I've been in the Louvre. I am over a half dozen.
Stunning.
To the Louvre.
Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, the Eagles get back on track. Shohei makes history, and the Mariners and Blue Jays meet tonight in Game 7. But we begin today with the most dramatic, most theatrical, most riveting NFL game of the day yesterday, the record-breaking comeback by the Denver Broncos in the fourth quarter against the visiting New York Giants. Denver entered the fourth quarter down 19-0. They scored 33 points in the last 15 minutes, including a 39-yard field goal at the buzzer to win 33-32. So, Wilbon, do you come to praise the Broncos or bury the Giants?
I'm not going to touch the Giants. The Giants are a fledgling team. They've got these two rookies who are very exciting to watch, and they ought to feel energized given the Giants haven't been squadouche for years now.
That's right.
And I understand there's no moral victories in professional sports. I understand all that. No, I want to praise the Broncos. Because this game I paid special attention to only because in my attempt to win my pool the second consecutive week and just beat my chest, I had taken the Broncos with all the confidence in the world. Like a 15-point game out of 16. Broncos over the Giants in Mile High. They're going to crush them. The Giants are overrated. They're a product of the get-up era. Get them out of here. And that is the greatest fourth quarter you could ever see.
I think so.
The back and forth of that, but the Broncos to hang in there, they weren't playing well. Sean Payton killed his team in the press conference afterward. He did, and they're going to have a hard week. But Tony, for them to believe in themselves enough to keep playing like that, that alone is impressive enough.
This will surprise you, I'm sure. I'm not going to disagree with anything.
Okay, good.
So I'm watching the red zone. And the red zone is doing this ballet, going back and forth between this game and the game with the Packers, and the Cardinals for about 40 minutes of real time, showing you every single play, right? My sense of this is it may not be the greatest comeback of all time in terms of total points, but nobody's ever seen anything quite like this because the Broncos are not just down 19 points at the start of the quarter, they're down 18 with 6 minutes to go. And here's a number you're going to love. NFL teams had won 1,602 straight games while being up 18 or 18 plus with 6 minutes to go. And like you, I'm not going to bury the Giants. The Giants tried really hard. The Giants got a go-ahead touchdown with 37 seconds to go.
Not long enough.
Right, even though they got a gift on pass interference. That was a gift. That was not pass interference. And I'm certainly not going to bury Jackson Dart. He's the most exciting guy they've had in years.
The kid who missed the points after.
No. I'm going to praise Sean Payton, and I'm going to praise Bo Nix. Bo Nix in the fourth quarter.
Great. He hadn't been great up today.
I'm praising him in the fourth quarter. 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns, 220 total
Here's something
yards.
not to praise. The kickoff rules, they're garbage. Okay? They're garbage. And because now all you got to do is just catch the ball. Everybody can kick a 70-yard field goal. So it sort of cheapens it a little bit, but not that one.
That was
not that game.
Just a fabulous game to watch.
But a number of noteworthy wins yesterday. Jalen Hurts had his best game of the season. The Eagles beat the Vikes. The Chiefs pounded the Raiders. The Colts beat the Chargers by 14. The Patriots moved to 5-2 as Mike Vrabel beat his old team. The injury-ravaged Niners got a huge game from Christian McCaffrey and beating the Falcons. And the Rams trounced the Jags in Europe where you stole all that stuff from.
Yeah.
Tony?
In England, though, not in France.
Which of these wins is the best in your mind?
All right, so they're all pretty good wins, and I'm going to have to go to the glasses because I'm going to have to remember everything that went on here. The Chiefs suffocated the Raiders. They held them to 3 first downs the whole game, but the Raiders are a bad team. Okay, New England is kind of sort of good right now. They've won 4 in a row, But they beat a bad team as well, Tennessee, and that's Vrabel's revenge for them getting rid of him. The Eagles got a great game out of Jalen Hurts. He found A.J. Brown. He found Devontae Smith. 326 yards passing, the most he's had in 2 years.
Oh, yeah.
But Minnesota's and they had a substitute quarterback. So that leaves me now with the Colts, with the Rams, and with the 49ers. The Colts went out early on the Chargers. They were up 23-3 at the half. All right, the Rams dominated and went out early on the Jaguars in London. They were up 21-0 at the half. And that's the last game. The 49ers got 200-plus yards, total yards, from Christian McCaffrey, and they dominated the Falcons, which brings me to the point I want to make that I think you will like. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, while watching this network and other networks, we have been treated to former football players and former coaches and football experts saying things like this. Jaguars are looking good. The Falcons are so much better than I thought. The Chargers finally have a... No. They are the same sack of losers that they were for the last X amount of years.
No, they're not that bad.
They win 1 or 2 games and they go right in the tank.
I'm going to agree with you on a lot of that. The people just need to stop making pronouncements. Watch the damn games week to week. That's what it is. It's almost like baseball in the NBA. Nobody's great right away. It doesn't mean you don't have a job. You don't have to pronounce somebody the 85 Bears or the 72 Dolphins. Shut up with that. Pay attention to tell us what's going on today. In all those games you mentioned had compelling storylines.
Which is the best win?
The Colts had the best win. Because the Colts are out there. They went to the Chargers, who people have pronounced. They're fine with Coach Harbaugh.
You've been one of them. You said they're not taking a nap anymore.
Well, I said they weren't taking a nap yet.
And they're taking a nap now.
No, I don't think they
Haven't they lost 2 or 3 in a row?
I think they got beat. Tony, I think 2. But here's the deal with the Colts. They have got, I'm not going to pronounce it the greatest show on turf because I don't want to do what other people are doing. But with Jonathan Taylor, no pronouncements. This kid Pittman, who's back in the lineup, Tyler Warren, and even Pierce. Jonathan Taylor is the most famous of those guys, and Daniel Jones seems to know how to use it.
Chargers have lost
have
3
a
of 4.
show.
They're back in.
Give it 2 in a row.
Just say this.
Yeah.
Indianapolis has the most points in the league.
Yes, they do.
They have 232 points. They're averaging 33 points a game. The New York Football Giants got rid of Daniel Jones, said he couldn't play, right? And you know who's still good, by the way? The Kansas City Chiefs. They're still good. Let's move to baseball. There's a Game 7 tonight in Toronto to see who's going to the World Series against the Dodgers. There's a Game 7 because Toronto won Game 6 last night and avoided elimination by Seattle. Once again, Toronto had multiple home runs, and they induced inning-ending double plays in 3 straight innings, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, twice with the bases loaded. Wilbon, which team do you favor in tonight's Game 7?
I'm not going to phony it up. I'm not going to make any declarations, proclamations. I don't know. There's no momentum. This thing just gone back and forth. Like,
wait, you're not making a pick?
No.
Really?
No, I'm not making a pick.
What if it was a confidence pool? Would you make a pick?
I'd have to. Yeah. But it'd be a 1.
Okay.
Because you can't. Who can derive confidence from what they've seen?
I can.
No, you can't.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, you can.
Watch.
I'm going to call.
I will.
Okay, then tonight you're going to stay awake past your 9 p.m. your self-imposed sleep
I watch
deadline.
baseball. The playoff baseball's been great.
It's been great.
It's been great.
Okay, I'm going to stop.
Okay.
If you've got confidence, I want you to tell me how.
I favor Toronto. I sat on this show on Friday and said I favor Toronto, and that was after 2-2 going into Game 5. And then Seattle won. They got home run by Raleigh. They got 2 from Suarez, I believe, and I began to feel a little nervous, but I'm back on the right track now. And I'll tell you why I favor Toronto. I have a lot of reasons. The first reason is this is not a pitcher's series. It's a hitter's series. Here are the amount of runs that have won each game, the winning amount of runs. Game 1 was 3. That's the exception. Game 2, 10. Game 3, 13. Game 4, 8. Game 5, 6. Game 6, 6. These are big numbers. You give me 6 runs every day in the regular season, I'm going to win 100 games.
But are you saying the Mariners can't, on the road, produce those runs?
No, they can. But Toronto has, at this point, outscored them in runs 33-27, and Toronto has also yielded home runs early in games twice and come back and win. I'm going to give you other reasons. We have turned from a road series to a home series. The first 4 games, the road teams won. The last 2, the home teams have won.
But in a flip-flop series, you can go the other way.
Let's not go the other way. In Game 3, George Kirby's on the mound tonight. They lit him up. 8 earned runs and 3 home runs. And who's got Vlad Guerrero? What teams he play for?
People need to know.
Plays for Toronto.
That even though they have Guerrero, that's not where your bias lies. Who is on the pitching staff of the Toronto Blue Jays?
Oh, Scherzer. But no. But,
Scherzer, Warrior God.
How did he do?
Huh?
How did he do?
I'm just saying that is why you are biased in favor of Toronto.
Look,
which is going to force
Vlad Guerrero
Seattle.
in the last 4 games against this team.
Best player of the series.
Okay. 9 for 15, over 500, 3 homers, 3 doubles.
You're going
and you know
with him
what?
over the dumper, who has been your favorite player all season.
Yes, but I will tell you this, that if I am the Seattle manager, I'm not pitching to Vlad Guerrero tonight. I am not.
He's not
going to beat me. I won't let him beat me. Let's take a break. When we return, 5 under. Time for some missives from the masses. Let me get the first one, and I need
not
glasses.
The massives?
Massives.
Not calling them fat boys?
That would be funnier, wouldn't
it?
You ready?
Let's do it.
What was your most compelling result of the college football weekend?
Tony, there was no one result, but there's something that I sort of glory in, and I know people will make fun of me for saying this. I don't care. Virginia, Vanderbilt, Georgia Tech in the South. I'm not saying they've risen up and knocked Alabama and Georgia away, because they haven't, because those 2 teams had important wins on Saturday.
Yes.
Let me say it again. Virginia, Vanderbilt, Georgia Tech. Okay? At one time, the other schools I just mentioned would make fun of those schools. Oh, these are the SAT kids, the SAT Bowl. Good for those schools to rise up and win and be ranked. And I am so glad. Vanderbilt hasn't been this good since like 1940.
Wait.
Huh?
You're not mentioning the Big Ten?
No.
I would have lost all my money that you are not mentioning
Get back to
the
it.
Big Ten.
I got more weeks.
Okay. So my first one is Miami losing at home to Louisville.
Wow.
Miami has beaten Notre Dame, Florida, Florida State, South Florida.
They had a grip.
Yeah.
They had a
Louisville, if I'm correct on this, has 1 win against a Power 4 conference team, Pitt, and the rest are directional schools from lesser conferences. The fact that Miami lost that game at home, get out of here. Leave us alone for a while now. Leave us alone. My second one would be LSU losing at Vanderbilt. And I think Vanderbilt is very good.
Yes.
And I want to get the name of this kid right, Diego Favia. He's a fabulous quarterback. But the atmosphere of college football right now today, where Florida coach, Pavia, the Florida coach was fired, right? Billy Napier, James Franklin was fired.
If you don't justify what they think you should do, you're out now.
That's right.
Not at the end of the season.
That's
like
right.
in the morning.
Oklahoma State was fired. Oregon State was fired. Arkansas was fired. Virginia Tech was fired. UCLA. I'm wondering about Brian Kelly, because they don't wait long at LSU. They fired guys who won national championships. They don't wait long.
That would be the biggest stunt. That would be bigger than James Franklin.
Yes, but it's not inconceivable.
If he gets fired. Not inconceivable. You know, we got to get there.
Yeah.
Shohei.
Yeah.
What's the word you would use to describe Shohei's Game 4 performance?
So historic isn't big enough.
No, it isn't.
Unprecedented isn't big enough. Extraworldly comes close. I'm going to go with more words than one. I'm going to say, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This guy just had the greatest game in the history of a sport that has been around for 150 years, right? 3 home runs and 10 strikeouts. Nobody has ever done that in one game. Now, you and I know this because we've had this conversation off air. I'm not going to say he's Babe Ruth yet. I'm going to say he's on that road, and he's the only one on that road at the moment. 714 home runs, a lot of home runs. And Babe Ruth as a pitcher was 94 and 46, and Shohei is 39 and 20. But Babe Ruth started 3 World Series games as a pitcher and had a combined 8 strikeouts, right? Combined 8 strikeouts, and he batted 1 for home runs. So I am just saying that Shohei Ohtani has a chance to be that.
Here's the thing. I'm watching this game. And by the way, shout out to Jeff Passan for writing the
Great job.
game story.
Great job.
You can still read it on ESPN on the website, on ESPN.com. Unbelievable story explaining the uniqueness of this. And I'm watching this game, and as you know, I was, just say under the weather and not completely of my senses. But I'm watching this.
And you were not a Shohei Ohtani devotee.
No. I'm like, prove it. Show me more.
Right.
Love you. Show me more.
Right.
I'm not saying Ruth. I'm not even saying Mays. The first phone call I made was to you, and I said, are you ready to go to Mays? Mays is the greatest player of my lifetime, and I only caught the second half. But Tony, it was fictional what he did.
Okay.
What Shohei did, first of all, the only person in history who could do what he did was Ruth. Because only Ruth was a great pitcher and the greatest hitter.
That's right.
And Ruth,
greatest baseball player
if Ruth didn't do it, then no one did it. And so it hasn't been done.